Welcome to another enthralling edition of the Breakpoint Show, where you have free access to all things tennis in Mzansi. Let's check out what has been hot and happening on and off the court this month. Tswana hosted the first $60,000 level tournament in Africa in April as part of Tennis South Africa's commitment to stage more elite women's events. The Tuks International was the first back-to-back ITF women's tournaments held at Tuks Tennis, University of Pretoria. It was the largest ITF women's tournament held in South Africa in over a decade and preceded the third staging of the ITF $25,000 World Tennis Tour tournament named after former South African number one, Ilana Kloos.
Yeah, we've been hosting quite a number of big women's events over the last couple of years. But this year our event was upgraded to a $60,000 tournament. And it's the only one of its kind in Africa, so it's the highest prize money event in Africa for women, and it's also the biggest prize money event in South Africa, men and women, this year.
This is more like a transitional tournament. Anyone who's intending to turn professional in tennis, they start with a 15,000 tournament, and then they go on to play. They gain points which allow them to play the main draw of the 25,000 tournament, and then obviously by the time they come to this kind of tournament, which is a 60,000 tournament, they would have accumulated ranking points from the 15,000 and the 25,000. Unfortunately, it's a knockout draw. Once you're out, you're out. But those who proceed, they proceed into the main draw. The only cushion, it's only the financial means that even in the last draw or the last stage of the qualifying competition, there is some financial benefits, but it's not much compared to the guys that are playing the main draw.
We have some top players from Germany, France, USA, and also from North Africa, and they will be playing against some of our best youngsters, like the two Kruger sisters who are competing here in the first round today.
I love it here. I mean, I'm African, originally from Madagascar. So yeah, for sure, I love being in Africa. Yeah, it's my third time here. I love people here, really nice and really joyful. The club is good too. There's a lot of courts. The facilities are good too. That's why I'm coming back.
Анна Курникова, между прочим, тоже. И потом начала тренировать маленького Андрюшу Рублева.
She's working like a coach very long, and she used to coach many like Russian players like Kurnikova, Khromacheva, Gavrilova. And after she was coaching like Andrei when he was young, so all her life she's working as a coach.
Some of South Africa's young players had an opportunity to gain valuable experience and points after being drawn against world-class opponents for the main draw of the women's tournament.
My match was good, yeah. I mean, I played well. I made way too many mistakes, but I'm still happy with how I played. I struck the ball well. I moved my feet a little bit better than usual. So it was good, and yeah, it can only get better, I guess.
It was okay. I fell short, but I'm really positive. The girl had a lot of experience, and she obviously had a lot of more, yeah, the experience kind of counted against me today, but I'm really happy about how I played, and I'm just taking the positives onto next week.
I was actually coming to sign up for qualies. You know, like the week prior I was in alternates, and I was waiting each day for people to withdraw so I could just move up one place into the qualies list. And then I just got the call and I was like, oh my God, super blown, very excited, yeah.
For the wildcards, it's important, that we do have a couple of opportunities to offer our local players the chance to play against some of these best players in the world to come over and play here. So it's a good opportunity for our up-and-coming players to play against the best players.
I'm super honored. Like, it makes me think that I'm representing Africa almost in a way, so I'm really, really happy to get that opportunity.
South African wildcard Isabella Kruger reached the single second round in her first $60,000 World Tennis Tour event after losing to Anastasia Tikhonova. The 16-year-old Isabella, who won her first $60,000 level tournament match, said that she will be looking to build from this experience.
I'm really happy to be here at this event, and I'm really grateful that I had an opportunity to be able to compete here against Ursula Radwanska. And yeah, it was a tough match. The first set I came out pretty dominant, and then second set she just raised the level and it went to a third set, which was quite tough, but I'm happy I managed to close out the match. And yeah, I'm just happy to have another opportunity to play tomorrow in the second round, so yeah.
Tournaments like the Tuks International have really contributed immensely to the upward trajectory of women's tennis in South Africa. Having competed against the best in the world on home soil, South Africa's wildcard entries will certainly build on this traditional launchpad to achieve greater success in the professional game.
Yeah, I mean, the tournament was really nice. Really enjoying to playing here, to take time here. But it was like a couple of days was so tough because like our match was suspended. So we had to wait. So yeah, but first of all, I was really nervous to play today. So yeah, I'm so happy to win this title.
I really enjoyed the competition, the environment, the ITF and also the university here in Pretoria. Great atmosphere and all the conditions are really good. It was the best week of my career and I'm really happy and I hope I'll come back here.
I mean, for now, I'm not really realized that I won this tournament. But yeah, first of all, I'm really happy because it's like the highest tournament I have ever won in my life. Yeah, so I'm really happy.
Russia's Anastasia Tikhonova defeated unseeded Lena Glashko of Israel 5-7, 6-3, 6-3 to win the singles title in a rain-interrupted final. In the doubles event, the third-seeded pair of Yudis Wong Chong and Hong Kondi Wang from Hong Kong added the Tuks International doubles title to their collection by defeating the top-seeded duo of Tamia Babos from Hungary and Russia's Valeria Savinik in the doubles final. The third-seeded pair won 7-5, 5-7 and 13-11. The Lana Kloss International, an ITF $25,000 World Tennis Tour event for women, which was moved from Potchefstroom to Tshwane, took center stage at Tuks Tennis after the conclusion of the Tuks International. The tournament serves as the ITF's pathway from the junior game into the elite levels of professional tennis.
Первый раз в Южной Африке. Я приехал сюда с Анастасией Тихоновой, своей ученицей.
She's the first time in South Africa, and she come here with her like player Anastasia Tikhonova, and she won today matches, second round matches. Now tomorrow she's gonna play quarterfinal singles and semi-final doubles.
It's a big tournament actually, so I know there is a lot of good players, so it's good to improve your game for the future.
It's obviously important in the beginning to play all these ITF events and to try to do well there, so it's good for everyone to have tournaments, especially after this COVID time, and it's, as I said, it's good to travel and to compete again, and that's the most important.
Some highlights from the event included South African wildcard Isabella Kruger causing a major upset as she toppled tournament top seed Tessa from France to earn her first semi-final spot in an ITF $25,000 level tournament. Oh, what a feat! The 16-year-old's impressive run, however, ended at the hands of the Chinese Yudis Chong in the last four stage.
Playing against these experienced players, they're all higher ranked and yeah, so having the experience to play here and also focusing more on the process instead of, yeah, I don't know, but it's a good experience for me this week, or both of these weeks.
Interesting match. I think a lot to take out of it and to work on and improve. But I mean, she was completely in control and everything. I think a little bit of worries about the rain. It started, a couple of raindrops, started becoming a little bit worried, rushed. All of a sudden the goal put a bit more pressure.
Having the in my home country advantage is a big, and the crowd is obviously here for me, so which is really exciting. And I think it kind of boosted my confidence this week, knowing that I'm able to compete against these players, and yeah.
This being the second ITF tournament for women, it serves as a real boost for women's tennis within the country. A huge congratulations to Isabella Kruger for reaching her career high ranking. We can only wish her nothing but the best in her tennis journey. As part of their first annual calendar, Guatemala Sparks Tennis Club held its first coaching clinics. The event saw tennis teams from Gauteng Central and Mpumalanga participating and catered for junior players in order to expose them to new techniques and improve their skills.
Today is about coaching clinics. We have requested the other coaches coming from the entire Gauteng to come through. We've been visited by Mpumalanga as well, to come and share their skills, their coaching techniques, skills, and to also show our juniors that it is not only them that are playing the game, but we've got a lot of youngsters that are playing. These coaches have got different skills that they can share with our players, so that they know that when you unleash, for instance, your forehand, this is what you can do to make it more effective, to get it to where you want it to get to, you see.
The importance of township tennis, I would say, is to raise awareness of the community members regarding the sporting code.
And tennis is one of those sporting codes that help and shape better human beings in the community. So hence we try by all means to try and resuscitate it, or try to help out from the grassroots going up.
Some of the communities after school, they just lying on the street, walking around in the street, trying to do something that they were not supposed to do as kids. So as the coaches, we're trying to get those kids out from the street, put them in the court and give them tennis, so that maybe tomorrow they can depend on themselves, they can stand on their feet and say, look, I was going around in the street and today I'm a tennis player, I'm a good tennis player, or I'm South African good player. So yeah, that's so good for the kids.
Tennis is a very good sport, and it teaches you about life itself, because it's a one-on-one sport. It's unlike soccer, whereby whenever you are in a difficult situation, you've got somebody to rely on. On this one, whenever or no matter how hard is the situation, you are there. You must be there, and it teaches you even in life. You can't rely on somebody else. You are responsible for your own life. No matter how hard, you must be there and stuff.
About 186 junior players were exposed to fitness training, coaching clinics and mini tennis. This event exposed the junior players to the different skills and knowledge of coaches who facilitated the program.
Today was very important for me, because then it shows that I can have many opportunities in my tennis career. If I want to advance more, this is where I can show off my skills, to show them that I am out there and I am here. Some of the coaches have showed me how to do my forehand better, my serve and my backhand. I think I'm gonna become better because of them.
Because they are here to teach us their techniques and drills, and we get to try new things. They teach us new techniques and new drills that we never knew that could happen.
Into ngifunde namhlanje ngifunde i-stroke zami, ngafunda nokuseva kakhulu.
I wanna play internationally. I wanna go everywhere. My dream is to play in Wimbledon as a tennis player, as me, Lonis Jackson here. I envision myself in Wimbledon playing, winning the World Cup for South Africa, and then being something in my life.
I want to be in the South African squad to play for overseas tournament, and ufuna ukudlalela ama-Olympics. Play tournaments like Roland Garros and Australian Open. Yeah.
Amaphupho wami ukuthi nami ngidlale tennis, ngizokhona ukudlala ngaphesheya, mhlawumbe ngidlalele i-Gold Point.
We are actually making sure that we're passing this game over to the younger generation for them to also do the same thing. It's a relay type of a thing. this generation will hand over to the next generation. I think that's where we are at, but obviously we can't do it alone. We need the community, we need the municipality too. If we all take our positions and we do what we're supposed to be doing, I am sure that we will have a healthy community that loves sport, because sport must be an integral part of our lives.
The aim of such clinics was for young players to be exposed to the different coaching methodologies offered by different coaches, and for these young players to one day compete at the highest level with the best in the country. The Growth Point Junior Nationals returned to Mangaung from the 30th of March until the 4th of April at Free State tennis stadiums, as well as several other premier Mangaung tennis venues. The 2022 edition comprised of 64 players across all age groups, namely the under-12s, under-14s, 16s and 18s.
So ultimately, what Tennis South Africa would like to see from events like this is that the players who are given those opportunities and who excel can start deciding where they want to take their tennis career to. Whether they want to take it to something past juniors, and whether they want to go to a college in America, whether they want to start applying to colleges in America for scholarships and bursaries, or alternatively whether they want to start turning professional.
These tournaments are really good for us. It also separates between, your top players and your, average players, and then your beginners. You can see really where everybody is in their career, and of course to always work towards getting better.
For our kids specifically, about 9 or 10 of them coming to nationals, it just shows them the level of potential where you can be when you're 16, or how you want to look when you're 18, who you want to play, how you want to play. So it's showing them a lot. It really builds their confidence, especially starting at under 12s from a really young age, which is good.
With loads of rain delay, the tournament finally concluded on the 4th of April as planned. The national final saw the boys and girls win trophies for their hard work.
Finals was a very tough match. Mila played very well. It was a very tough match, but I'm just very lucky that I was the one that pulled it through.
The final was very good. Me and Donna played a very good match. She's a very good player, and I think my serve came through in times when it was needed, and I stayed competitive and I stayed fighting, so that was good.
At the beginning I was very nervous because it's the finals and it's my last tournament, so I was very nervous, but on the end I enjoyed every bit of it. Yeah, it was very fun.
That's gonna do it.
I was just struggling to break his serve. I mean, as you saw, his serve was very good, and first set I just didn't know what to do, but got better throughout the match. I'm happy about just the way I played. My coach and I have been trying to get a game plan together, and I think I executed it quite well today, so yeah.
So we always seem to end up having a challenge with weather, and particularly for junior nationals at this time of the year, and we adapt and we manage those. And as you can see, at 7 o'clock this morning, Bloemfontein had a huge storm and a downpour, and here we are somewhere around about midday or just after midday, and the kids are playing, so we manage it.
Growth Point and Tennis South Africa pride themselves in championing grassroots sports development for children from all backgrounds, investing in their potential and shining the light on the country's tremendous talent. It has been a wonderful season of tennis, and new champions are born through this tournament. Grassroots tennis in South Africa received another major boost from French global bank BNP Paribas, and their wholly consumer subsidiary RCS Group announced their continued commitment to the partnership with Tennis South Africa and a third edition of the BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis Program to grow the game across the country. The initiative will be expanded even further this season.
Partnership goes back 5 years, so it predates this competition. We started 5 years ago with the coaching and mentorship development program, and at that stage we recognized that to be able to bring tennis to schools and to grassroots, you need to start with the coaching. So we rolled out a program nationally which kind of developed the particularly in the previously disadvantaged areas, local coaching talent to help kind of support schools like this to develop their tennis skills.
The sport is developing at grassroots. Whilst we build this infrastructure as Bakagetse, we also are broadening our support of equipment, of things that are required to facilitate the sport, obviously focusing on disadvantaged communities.
The initial phase of this program will go out to far-flung rural towns in Limpopo, the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape to introduce tennis there to the players and see if there is some talent that we can foster and bring closer to Tennis South Africa. So it's very important for us to reach out to these communities because this is where the future of our sport lies.
This year's focus will address the shortage of equipment in schools and upliftment of facilities. Bakagetse Primary School in Davidton had their tennis court facility upgraded and handed over to them earlier this month. This is a huge boost for tennis at the school and the community at large.
It was very important because our learners didn't have the place where to play and our tennis court was not in a good condition. Now we've got the tennis court, we are proud to say that we can invite each and every schools and we can play any tournament we like. This is how important it is.
I'm one of the players who from disadvantaged areas, and where I started there was nothing like a tennis court. So seeing them, partnering with Tennis South Africa to make sure that facilities are being laid out there in the disadvantaged areas, for me it's something that's really close to my heart. And I think that's what makes me just to be the ambassador, because I feel like their vision resonates with me as an individual.
And what we also like about this part of the tennis playing population is it's a 100% participation from the previously disadvantaged areas. So again, it's along the same objective of, not just being socially inclusive, but being more diverse in terms of who we give the opportunity to play tennis.
We are getting involved in various different schools, supporting equipment that we'll be giving that is different to the previous years. So yes, in every sense of the word, the event will be bigger, it will be better, it will be more inclusive, it will be more diverse, and we're hoping really to see that all these participants literally rise to the occasion this year.
BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis has announced that it will extend the reach to more children and schools in order to make a bigger difference through social development initiatives as the program returns for a highly anticipated third edition in 2022. Some very exciting news to share this month. South African tennis prodigies Devin Badenhorst and Heike van Vuuren have been crowned African champions. Both Badenhorst and Van Vuuren proved dominant as they won the boys and girls single titles respectively at the 18 and under ITF CAT African Junior Championships that concluded on the 1st of April in Tunisia. Badenhorst enjoyed a double delight at the prestigious African Junior Tournament as he also bagged the doubles title with Andronel. South Africa also won the nation's trophy following Team South Africa's stellar performance. Congratulations to the team and we wish them well for the future. That's all we had time for this month. Remember, you can also be part of the show. If you want to be featured in our next episode of The Breakpoint Show, simply share your photos of your tennis program with us using hashtag Breakpoint Show and tag us on all social media platforms. Find us on Twitter, we are at Tennis SA. On Facebook, it's Tennis South Africa. Or on Instagram, it's at Tennis_SA. Until next month, goodbye.